In this video, I will tell you exactly why your mindset should be towards gaining access versus gaining experience towards congressional internship opportunities in Washington, D.C. Let's get into it. Too many times we see very capable students not landing these opportunities because of lack of resources or lack of connections. There are people with those connections, with those opportunities, with those privileges, taking those opportunities from us. That is why I'm here to bridge that gap. 4 years ago, I landed a paid congressional internship in Washington, D.C., working in the halls of Congress for 5 months with one of my favorite politicians. And I believe you can do the same. I really do believe that the single greatest experience that I attained in Washington, D.C. was this congressional opportunity. The single best opportunity I had that I can put on my resume that I feel like had the most impact from a front to end finish has to be this opportunity. That is why I'm building an online community for students like you to land these opportunities. If you're looking to be a policymaker, I really believe the red carpet opportunity towards going into that endeavor is landing a congressional opportunity. You'll be a politician in the making. You'll be working in the halls of Congress, and you will be the first in your family to enter the government sphere. I mean, how cool is that? But before I get into that, before I get into the rest of the video, I just want to share that if you want to fast track this process, if you want to say, cut the BS, Brian, I want to just know everything I need to know towards landing these opportunities. Of course, you can watch my YouTube channels, but a specific step-by-step breakdown, first link in the description, that is where you can find a lot more information that I've gathered towards you. Otherwise, here's why you should prioritize access over experience. Why? First of all, administrative tasks are basic, right? So what am I sharing here? When you're a legislative intern in Washington, D.C., meaning a congressional intern, you're working under a congressman, believe it or not, most of the tasks are administrative. And not just administrative, they are mundane, day-to-day tasks. You're speaking to constituents over the phone. You're corresponding with the mail. You're sorting papers. You're sorting between the bills and what the congressman is going to vote on. And now you're trying to consolidate things. I know I'm using some jargon terms here, but basically you're scanning, you're filing, you're emailing, and you are answering phone calls. Yes, at times you're maybe doing a tour. There are also times where maybe doing a memo, which requires maybe just slightly higher writing skills. I mean, that's why they're getting somebody from university to do it. But for the most part, these are not life-changing tasks that may bring about a crazy, eye-opening experience comparative to other administrative opportunities for the most part. For me, it was my first introduction to an administrative opportunity, and I see that more opportunities down the road were not significantly more difficult than what I experienced there. So what I have to say about this is that think about it as not the task you're doing. You want to do them well, but think of it as access. Access to what? Access to the systems and the management of Congress. You're learning how Congress works. You're learning how bills get passed. You're learning the process of how it is to create legislation. That's some of the most powerful things that you can experience, that you could witness, that very few people do in this country. Not only that, you also gain access to the potential employees that you would want to be in the future. Do you want to be a Hill staffer full time? Do you want to do this as a career? You determine that by being in there and seeing how other people's life are like. They're the ones that perhaps are contributing to the bills. They perhaps are the ones that are a little bit more hands-on and less administrative than you are. So they are people that you can learn from within the office. There's a politician, but there's also a lot of staff members you can learn from there that are people that will help you see what your potential future can be in a career like that. Not only that, when you're in Washington, D.C., you have access to the short-term lifestyle of how it is that it would be to work there, to work in Washington, D.C. I mean, even just the city surroundings. Do you even like the city? Do you even like the weather? Those are all things that you might not even know until you're there, right? So those are great opportunities to have, but understanding that administrative tasks are just the basic. You want to do them well. You want to impress. You want to, if you have ideas, bring them up. Be innovative, right? Don't just stick towards the same old things. But there are a lot of things outside of work that you can do towards accessing more from that internship experience. Which leads to my second point. More specifically, what should you do then? You have all this access, you have all these opportunities, you have your administrative tasks. Maybe even you're balancing your school. I actually took 4 classes full time. I was a full-time student when I was doing this internship. So how did you balance these things? You want to connect with others, even if it's just on LinkedIn. Making sure you have that added connection just helps you to stay in touch beyond the actual internship experience. You could even go to lunch with your coworkers or attend events, networking events as well. That will help you to meet other people in the industry you're looking to be a part of. Essentially, the more you immerse yourself in an internship, the more you'll get out of it.